Okay, this is 8.4, adding and subtracting radicals. So we are going to learn how we add and subtract radical expressions. To do that, we need to remember to first simplify any radical, then identify radicals with the same index and same radicand, because only these can be combined. And I'll tell you what that means in a second. And then when we have those common radicals, we're going to add or subtract the coefficients and keep the common radical. So you have this picture here. The nth root of a number a can be written as the radical expression, like you see here. N is the index, that number out front. The line is the radical, and the number underneath is the radicand. Okay, and if we don't see a number out front, if there is no index written, we assume that it's a 2. Right, when we look at square roots, we don't have a number out there, but when we get third, fourth, fifth, then we typically do. All right, so let's look at this in practice. What do we have to do? So first we have to make sure we simplify. So square root of 20, I know that I can simplify because it's divisible by 4. So that is the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. So that would be -2. We can't forget about that. Which is really 2 root 5. And then we could multiply these two numbers. So this is really -4 root 5. And then 2 root 5 is already simplified, so we can't do anything with that. So I have -4 root 5 minus 2 root 5. And now we see that this matches the radical, the index, and the number underneath the radical match, right? They're both square roots, they're both 5. So when we see that, then we can add or subtract the coefficients. So -4 minus 2 would be -6 square root of 5. So although radicals are numbers, they act similar to how variables act when we combine like terms. So that's kind of how I like to think about it. All right, the second one, I have 3 root 6 minus 2 root 6. Again, you should notice that those root 6's match already. So all I have to do is 3 minus 2, which is 1 root 6, or just square root of 6. I don't even have to write the 1 out front. Okay, jumping ahead a little bit if you're following along into your packet. 10 root 7 plus 2 root 63. Okay, so 10 root 7 is simplified. I can't do anything with that. But 2 root 63, I am going to be able to simplify. So this would be, root 63 would be 9 and 7, which is really 3 root 7, which again, then I multiply these two numbers. So that is 6 root 7. So I have 10 root 7 plus 6 root 7. And again, the radicals match, what's under the radicals match. So I add the numbers out front, which would be 16 root 7. Next one, square root of 15 is good. I cannot simplify that. Minus 6 times the square root of 60. Square root of 60, I can simplify. So that would be square root of 4 times the square root of 15. So that's 2 root 15. So that would be -12 root 15. So I have 1 root 15 minus 12. Remember, even if there's no number out front, there's an invisible 1 right there. So 1 minus 12 is -11 square root of 15. That's my answer there. Okay. Next view, 2 root 32 minus 3 root 18. So if we notice both of these, we can actually simplify. 32 is 16 and 2. 32 is also divisible by 4, but 4 is not its biggest perfect square. We always need to go with its biggest perfect square so that we make sure it's simplified all the way. So that would be 2 times 4 root 2, which would be 8 root 2. And then 18 is 9 and 2. So that's 3 root 2. And then I multiply, so that would be minus 9 root 2. And when you're doing this, and you have to simplify both of them, or really anytime you're simplifying, with problems like this, it's not always going to work out, but remember, we can only add or subtract them when they match. So it's kind of a hint to you that I should be looking for the same radical throughout, right? So if you go to simplify, like had we looked at 32 and done 4 and 8, well, 8 doesn't match 2, so maybe that's a sign that it's not quite right. So 8 root 2 minus 9 root 2 is just negative 1 root 2. And again, I don't have to write the 1, so it's just negative root 2. Okay, let's try another one. Again, these are getting a little bit more challenging as we progress, just more simplifying that we have to do. So 160 could be 16 and 10, which would be 4 root 10, and then multiply that, so that would be negative 16 root 10. And then I'm going to do this in a different color this time. 90 could be 9 and 10. And again, I think I'm on the right track because there's a 10 here and I see a 10 there. So negative 2, and that's 3 root 10. So that would be minus 6 root 10. So then my final answer would be negative 22 root 10, because it's negative 16 minus 6 there. And the root 10 just stays as is. All right, 2 more examples to look at. This time they all have 3 terms, but the process is the exact same. Just know that sometimes we might not be able to condense all 3. We might not be able to combine all 3 into like terms, but we're just going to do as much as we can. So in this first one, I have root 10, which I can't simplify, root 6, which I can't simplify, and a root 10, which I can't simplify. So all I can do here is look at my like terms, which would be this and this, and I'm going to put those together. So negative 2 minus 2 would be negative 4 root 10, and then this minus 3 root 6 is going to stay. So there's our answer. And that is final answer because we're just adding or subtracting the things that we can, and the root 10 and the root 6 cannot go together. Okay, this is number 12 on your paper. We've got 3 different roots here, so let's look at simplifying. 50, I know I can simplify. That would be 25 and 2, which is really 5 root 2. So that would be negative 15 root 2. 18 would be 9 and 2. So that would be plus 3 root 2. I guess I should write it down here. Plus 3 root 2. And then root 3 I can't simplify, so that's just minus 3 root 3. So again, I'm looking for the like terms, which would be these first 2. So I'm going to put those together in my answer. Negative 15 plus 3 would be negative 12 root 2, and then I still have the minus 3 root 3. Okay, and that's it. That is adding and subtracting square roots.